Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's great to have you guys here. Hope you guys have been having a great day. As of right now, we have a new version 4.18 coming to JP Dokkan Battle. As of right now, as in terms of safety net update, I don't think we have one here. I think Carrie was mentioning on Twitter that it will probably happen in the next 2 weeks before the actual Tanabata banners go live, from what he heard. So this update, again, we'll probably find out more about it once it actually goes live, but as of right now there's nothing from what I can tell anyways. So pretty much very small update, but it's very interesting for future aspects of the game. Basically what they have done is they've categorized special, super attacks, which is really cool. And shout out to the boy Goresh for actually, putting them out there. So basically, their super attacks are going to be key-based, melee-based, physical-based, and other. So that is going to be kind of interesting to see how that works out. Physical and melee-based, I mean, that's kind of funny. I don't know what that's like, what the big differences are going to be there. Maybe with like kicks or something. I don't know. But we'll find out how they differentiate that when we actually get to the game, unless you guys already kind of know. But yeah, that's kind of funny to me. And then we have other, so that's kind of cool too. So I think that's interesting because I think that opens up the realm of different content that we could possibly see in the future in terms of like certain bosses, certain like, because like if you guys remember from like Dragon Ball History 2, when you're fighting Jiro and 19, basically they absorb all key attacks. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind. So that is one thing to kind of look at. It's it's going to be kind of things like that. Maybe there's going to be some bosses that are nullified to physical attacks, which is going to be crazy, or other attacks, or whatever it may be. So it's going to be kind of nice. And in the in the picture, we get a couple of units with the Key Blast ones. So obviously, like GT Goku is going to be here. So we have to find out a bit more. One unit that comes to mind with this is obviously Janemba, right? Being the more physical-based ones. So we could potentially see LR Janemba coming for the part 2 for the Tanabata celebration, which I think that's going to be a given, given the circumstance that it's going to be LR Gogeta. So it would make sense that, like, most Tanabata celebrations are units that fight. Like the part 1 unit is fighting the part 2 unit. So example, Go Bros is fighting Broly. Last year, Blue Boys is fighting Jiren. This year, Gogeta is fighting Janemba. So I feel like it's going to be a standalone LR Janemba full power. I know we just got the transforming Janemba, but we don't have a base form LR Janemba in the game yet. And I think that would be interesting for them to go ahead and add that. I think that's completely fine, again, with the same name update. If they want to make both these units just like, base, I think that works. Like, without any mechanics. I feel like Gogeta will have it, right? I mean, we'll find out. We'll definitely find out. I think it's going to end up being like the worldwide celebration Vegito. I think that's what all of us are kind of thinking right now. So I think it's going to be that, but we will see, right? We'll see. We won't find out till DL drops in the next couple weeks. Actually, probably like in the next 2 weeks, which is sick. But yeah, a standalone LR Janemba would be cool. So I think this is kind of like hinting at that just a little bit. It's not like super huge to me that it's that's the case, but I do think it is going to be a Janemba card, right? So regardless of the fact, I'm pretty excited about this. I'm definitely pretty excited to see what they have in store. What else are they going to do with this? Like, what type of content are they going to produce? How important is this going to be? By the way, the other thing I forgot to talk about is you're going to be able to skip active skills now. So it's going to be like in the menus. Cody, shout out to the homie Cody. Basically, he explained it a bit. Under menu options, same place, you set 2x speed is where you can turn on skip active skill animations. So that's going to be nice for transformation units like Tech Ultimate Gohan. That one takes forever. I mean, there's a couple that I do like to watch, like Vidal's. Obviously, Vidal's is pretty cool, but I'm glad that we're going to have the option to skip these, to say the very least. It's going to be nice to, kind of walk away from that and just be like, hey, you know what, we ain't having to deal with this no more, We guys get what I'm saying? So that's going to be kind of nice moving forward, that we are going to be able to skip that. So I'm very happy, very, very happy and pleased with that update. Again, there's not really a whole lot else going on with this current update, right? It's mainly just that. Well, I mean, it's still big that they're changing up the super attacks, like they're categorizing them, right? So that is definitely nice that they're doing that. But till we see new boss stages, so we see new content with it, we don't really have a huge idea of how big this is going to actually be, right? On like what type of, like, this is going to help with teams though. It's going to make teams a bit more interesting when you have to build around melee units or key units depending on the boss that you're fighting. I think that's going to be cool because not only are you going to have to factor in links now, you're going to have to factor in this. So like it's going to create a different dynamic for team building for certain events, which the only problem is they're going to have to make a lot of certain events for this to kind of work out. You guys get what I'm saying? Like just because they're separating them, it doesn't mean they're going to go back and like update all the current events that we have, right? So they're going to have to make kind of new ones here, going over these, like having bosses that hit these new these new super attack typings. Because obviously I think that's what it's going to end up being. It's going to be a bunch of different units that are going to have to basically get hit with key or physical or melee or other, right? So it's gonna be an interesting time for Dokkan players for sure. I think it's gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a bit more rewarding, making your team structure in certain ways for some of these bosses. But again, we have to wait and see till they start adding a lot more content. I'm sure with Tanabata we'll get like maybe like a new Dragon Ball history that has like a few specific things that you have to target. So that would be interesting. Like let's say you have to do physical in a melee team, and you have to kind of figure out a physical and melee team within that category to beat it. On top of those units linking up, on top of those units kind of like just being able to work together. So there's going to be a lot of change, I think, in certain new events moving forward if they're doing this. And I think this might not be, this might not be something we see like out of the gate with Tanabata. We might see like a little bit, but maybe for version Z, this is kind of like one of those setups that they're thinking about. Like when version Z drops, there's going to be like a specific mode that, okay, you can only use key. Oh, like, like big modes, right? Again, I feel like the game is basically just going towards version Z, and we're getting like little snippets of that, right? We're seeing like little things here and there of that version Z update where we know things are about to get haywire, and I think that is basically what is happening here. We're basically seeing little hints, little trickling in from the version Z update and some of these smaller updates. So once again, I think that's what's going to eventually happen here. So that is basically it for me, though. I'm excited for it. I want to see it in action before, so I could get a better, more understanding of it. Shout out to like Goresh, Cody, Erdokan, Luca, everybody, Carrie, for providing all the information last night. Sorry that I'm a little late to the party, but hey, it doesn't matter. We still upload it. So, all right, man. You guys have a great rest of your day. I gotta go back to work. Take care, and I'll be in the comments if you guys ever want to talk. All right, see you later. Bye.